Hi everybody, Chris Titley here and welcome to Scoreboard.
This episode is powered by SwiftX, Australia's top-rated crypto exchange and proudly homegrown, just like many of the athletes and business leaders we feature on Scoreboard.
Hi, it's Chris Titley here, and on today's episode of Scoreboard the podcast, I'm joined by Ruby Strange in person here in what is a glorious Brisbane day. Ruby, welcome.
Thank you very much, Chris. I'm excited to be here.
Now, I believe it's your first ever podcast. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. Pretty sweet. I'm excited to get in and test out what a podcast is like.
No, absolutely. So, Ruby, 2025, we're sitting here on the 15th of September, 2025. How's your 2025 started?
Yeah, unreal. Now I'm in the Queensland Fire side. It's surreal. So, yeah, good. I'm also studying nursing. So earlier in the year, I had a nursing placement. So this year has really flown by.
Right. The culmination of getting a contract, how did that come about? And I suppose that the moment.
Yeah, it was it was crazy. Last year I missed out on a fire contract with injury and wasn't in the side. So Kendall, my manager, and I were pushing a lot of things to try and get me in the squad. And this year Joey Dawes, the selector, the GM, called me into his office and said, I want to speak to you, and gave me the news that I'm going to be in the side. So, that was pretty exciting. I thought I was in trouble when I was walking into that office.
And you're like, what have I done?
It's like, oh, no, Joey's calling me in. What's going on here?
Pre-season camp that someone's complained or something? No?
Yeah, literally. I was like, oh, no, what's going on? But, he's said he wants to welcome me into the side and sign me for the Queensland Fire. So, it was awesome.
Yeah,
so
nice. Well done. Congratulations. And now the work begins, right?
Yeah, literally. Yep. I can't believe it's a full-time job. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And what's the routine like at the moment?
Yeah, so we've wrapped up pre-season, which was kind of training Monday to Friday and weekends off, which is lovely. And we've had the T20 Max, so kind of stepped away from the Queensland space to let us do that T20 competition, and then a few practice games up at Sunny Coast with the girls. And now we're just getting ready for our first game in Perth.
Yeah, right. Fantastic. And cricket for you, when did the interest begin?
Yeah, so I was about 11 years old, 10 to 11 years old, and one of my mates at school, I hated cricket, I'm going to be honest, absolutely hated it. My dad played, my older brother played, and I thought they wasted my weekends. So, I said I was never going to play it. Loved playing netball with my sister. Then our dads played together, my friend and I, so she said, come along, let's just give it a crack. And, I had fun. We were just playing kind of out on the tennis court at primary school, and it was just fun to swing the bat and throw the arm over. So, then I went on to trial for Capricornia, which is our little state there, and went on to play for under 12s Queensland, and was like, oh, it's actually all right. Get to play with some of my best mates, and didn't hate the sport by the end of it. So
what was the sort of quasi hatred early on? Was it just too much cricket around?
Oh yeah, too much. They were training all the time, and Saturdays the last thing I wanted to do was sit on the side of a cricket field and watch Dad and my brother run around. So but once I realised how much fun the game was and understood what was actually going on the field, changed my perspective entirely.
Yeah, from an outsider point of view, it must be a bit of a confusing game. Like, well, and then obviously explaining to some people sometimes in America going it goes for 5 days and you can get a draw. They're like, what? This is ridiculous. And all the intricacies. Did you have a favourite sort of, you're a batter or a bowler early on?
Yeah, early on I was a bowler, mainly because I was scared of the ball. So when I was younger, when some of the girls were ripping them in, they'd been playing for 5 years already, and I was like, no thanks, I'll be down the other end running in and try to bowl as fast as I could. So I enjoyed that at the start, and then once I got the hang of batting, I loved it too. So now I'm both sides.
Yeah, and that Queensland under 12 team. Do you still remember the team and who played in it?
Yeah, Charlie Knott and I were actually captain and vice captain. So she had a green helmet on at the time, and I had a white one. So when we both walked out to open the bat together, it was pretty funny. We looked a little bit different in our helmets, but it was awesome. Like now I'm playing in the same Queensland team as hers as an adult. So it's kind of crazy to look back now and see how far we've both come.
Yeah, no, back in my day, the Queensland under 12 team featured Shane Watson, and he went on to do bigger honours, but certainly didn't get to play equally as Shane Watson and played lower grades at West. But anyway, but Watto went on to bigger and greater things. And so the bat and the bowl, the sort of all-rounder, when did that come about?
Yeah, well, kind of when you're younger, everyone pushes you to do both, which is such a great thing to do. You don't want to just lock down with the ball and only stick with that, because everyone you see now is just incredible all round as players. So, it was just from day one, really, it was a massive push to do everything and enjoy every part of the game. It's kind of started from way back then.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And in terms of like the difference between like the red ball and the white ball, etc., how have you gone about balancing that?
Yeah, well, I grew up playing with the boys, so that was all red ball. And what year did I come down here? So I only moved down to Brisbane when I graduated high school. So that whole time I was playing back home in Tannum Sands, I was playing red ball cricket with all the boys, and then moving down here and playing state stuff with the underage girls, that was all white ball. So yeah, I didn't see too much of a difference, to be honest. I was talking about it the other day with one of the girls in the side and just saying like, oh, do you see the difference? And they picked out a few things, but I think I was just completely oblivious. I just thought the ball was a different colour and didn't think too much of it. So I think it was just more so different playing with the boys to the girls.
Yeah. Yep. But the opportunities now in cricket are much wider in terms of the 2020 and the Big Bash, etc. And then also with the red ball, it's a bit of a balance. I've asked a few cricketers. I think you need to adjust your game somewhat, but the skills, obviously, the fundamental skills need to be worked on and refined. How have you found bowling 4-over spells and pressure in a T20 game, and then bowling longer spells?
Yeah. The change from T20 to one days is a little bit different, but sometimes it really depends on the batter. Like the practice games we had up at Sunny Coast, some of the batters come in with a T20 intent pretty much. So they were coming hard, and that's when you can just flick that switch and go change ups, things like that. So it is a bit of an adjustment, but just recognising the strong parts of your game in that one-day format, like more consistency, try and hit that top of off type thing. That's just the key, really.
What do you think you're doing well at and have done well at to get recognised as a contract, and what are some of the areas you're thinking you're focusing on this year, and some things that potentially you can look to improve on?
Yep. Yeah. So I think the main reason why I was kind of brought into the side was the consistency piece. So over the years in grade cricket, I've just tried to be that consistent bowler that's reliable, throw the ball and kind of know what you're going to get out of me. So that's the main thing that I've talked about with my coaches, is what sort of player I am, and that bowler is the consistent bowler with the occasional change up. So yeah, just building on that and building on my strengths in that area. And with the bat, through club, like grade cricket here, I've been that top order batter and just trying to take advantage of the power play. So I've tried to also bring that into my game here, like played around with it a bit in the practice games at Sunny Coast, got that opportunity to open the batting and back myself to take advantage of the power play. So yeah, I'm probably looking in this Queensland Fire setup more that lower order batter. So just trying to adjust my game slightly in that sense, but still backing myself to
when it comes to training, I suppose, what areas do you love? The nets? Do you love the weights, the mental side of things, or do you just love like getting out there and just playing games as much as possible?
Oh, honestly, just love it all. Coming into this for the first season, it's crazy that we get to train almost every day. So I'm just walking in on day one, I was like, we had a 2K at 8 a.m. on the first day, and I was even like, this is the coolest thing ever. So just
Some
I
of the
don't
other
know one
players
would
are like,
say that.
That's a bit weird. No, we don't like running 2Ks at 8 a.m.
Which I think maybe if I'm in for a couple more seasons, I'll hate it. But no, just absolutely loving every single day as it comes. And with training, just being able to look into the technical side a lot more than I've ever been able to with the specific like coaches. We've got batting coaches, bowling coaches, psychs, everything. So tapping in every resource has been so exciting.
You're at the start of your professional athlete journey, your professional cricketer. Is it fun to say that you're a professional cricketer now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It doesn't really feel real. But
Yeah. And then, like, obviously getting that contract is one thing, and the work begins now. Some sort of goals, I suppose, over the next coming years as a professional athlete?
Yeah, well, my eyes was always set on Queensland Fire. Yeah, talking to mum, I said, like, this is the absolute main thing that I want to crack, my ultimate goal. And every little kid has a goal to play for Australia. So, yeah, obviously that's in the foreseeable future. Like, that's everyone's little goal. But I'm just having so much fun being a part of this squad and playing cricket. And I think previously I fell into the trap of the goals of Brisbane Heat or Queensland Fire or something like that. Was if I didn't achieve that goal, it was really upsetting. And instead of just enjoying the game that I'm playing and the rewards come. So just absolutely loving last season, playing with the girls, and the rewards came. So yeah, the mental shift in that way has been great.
Yeah, and I think speaking to a number of guests around the mental shift on giving everything, giving 100% of your best self to give yourself the best possible chance. Because if you set trophies or you set contracts, you can, walk across the street and roll your ankle and you're out for the year. And you've had some injuries. Do you want to talk about that and some of the ups and downs of sport prior to the signing of the contract?
Yeah. So I had my first major injury last season. I had bone stress fracture in my femur. Really random. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, literally.
But a stress fracture is very common amongst bowlers, though.
Yeah, but more so in your back. Like, femurs are really odd. So I had a stress fracture in my back when I was way younger. I was about 14, 15. And that was caught super early. So that didn't have any effect on anything really. But yeah, now this being in the competitive contract kind of season, last season, I was in the spring challenge for the Brisbane Heat and then just signed as a replacement player for Bonnie Berry for the Brisbane Heat. And game one, I kind of had this niggle running water, and I was like, oh, this is kind of weird, running water and I'm sore. So it's kind of just an ongoing little niggle. And yeah, working with the staff, we decided that I should go and get a scan and found out I had bone stress fracture. And yeah, it was really odd. I didn't really understand what the doc was saying when he called me, because I was living at the sunny coast at that time, and I was driving up there with a mate. We had plans to go on these hikes and do all these things, and the doc called me on the way up and said, yeah, look, maybe stay off your feet for the weekend, and said you got bone stress fracture. And yeah, I was like, yeah, I was upset, but I didn't really understand fully what it was yet. And then Monday come in and went into the NCC with the girls. All the Brisbane Heat girls were there, and went over to the physio, and she had crutches for me and was like, okay, we've got to teach you how to use these crutches because I've never been on them before. And Charlie Knott was there, and she watched me walk in, and then I was leaving on crutches, and she was confused. She's like, what are you doing? I saw you walk in and now you're leaving on crutches. And yeah, it was weird. It just didn't feel right. And then, yeah, because I had to go for a repeat scan to see the margins of the stress fracture and things like that. So I was out for, when was that? A couple months on crutches. And yeah, I was on my birthday, had my crutches, and and Christmas, I'd just gotten rid of them. But Christmas Day, my brother had mowed a cricket pitch and I couldn't even play cricket with the family. So yeah, it was a pretty weird one. And they supported me 100% through all that. The rehab and all the training, they mapped it out so well for me, and yeah, got me back to 100%. And now I'm in a position to be able to play cricket. So yeah, really lucky.
Taking yourself back to Christmas Day there, did you think that if you're sitting here right now with a contract, there's worlds apart there, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. I wouldn't have thought, to be honest, because yeah, getting around on those crutches, I was like, oh, I'm losing a major part of my season here, missing so many games, and that's a way to get yourself into the side, is play those games and make a name for yourself with the scores. So yeah, it was really hard. I didn't think I'd be in a position to have a contract now, but yeah, lucky enough to be here. And yeah, Christmas Day, I wasn't thinking about that at all.
Yeah, no, the relationship with cricket during your injuries there, was there some sort of like movement towards like, I just don't want to watch the games that I'm missing. I don't want to be around the players that I of seeing out there performing, etc.? Or were you like going, okay, bring it on, it's part of the process?
Yeah, I was actually the complete opposite. Hey, I was like, I want to be around this group as much as I can. A bit ironic signing as a replacement player and being the one on crutches too. So, but just when I was in at the gym, like doing all my rehab stuff, the Heat girls were in there doing their gym programs too, and it was really good to be around that group because the Georgia Redmaynes and girls like that, they've already been through massive injuries themselves. So being able to lean on those girls was great. They were giving me good insight and pushing me along and keeping me motivated when days were pretty tough. So I loved being around the girls and loved watching the games. Got down to every home game, and when the girls got into the final, the GM Joey come to me and said, "Oh, you want to go down and watch the girls?" I said, "Yeah, bloody oath! Like that's unreal. The girls are in the final." So yeah, they got it sorted for me. Got me on a plane, got me to the game, and still kept me a part of the group. So I absolutely loved watching them, and just watching them gave me another little goal, being like, that's where I want to be. That's what I'm training for.
And this year coming up with a WBBL, is there some sort of goal inside, or you want to get on the park somewhere?
Yeah, definitely. So being a part of the Spring Challenge is a great thing. So I'll be playing for the Brisbane Heat there, and hopefully, do well enough to get into the WBBL there. So there's still a few sides that haven't got the squads quite full yet. But yeah, if that happens, it happens. Otherwise, there's plenty more time.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of the goals for this year, have you got how far up do you plan your goals ahead?
Yeah, honestly, not too far, because you never know. There's always spinners that get thrown in the works, like a bone stress. So just want to play my first game for Queensland Fire, and just keep enjoying playing cricket with the girls and some of my best mates. So yeah, just get to the end of the season and have a few games where I'm happy is the main goal, and finish my nursing degree eventually.
Of course, yes, as well. Life off the field and the future as well, which is very important. We'll touch on that in a second. But before we touch on that, I'm curious to know, cricket, you're incredibly enthusiastic about the game of cricket. Why do you think you're in love with it so much, and why are you having so much fun?
Yeah, I love the competition. It's so good, and I know so many people have probably said this, but it's a team sport, but it's so individual as well, which is really exciting. So everyone's busting their backsides off at training and for each other, but also for themselves. And I absolutely love just walking out in the middle and playing a game alongside some of your best friends, but being able to do little things yourself. So yeah, I've met some lifelong friends in the game, and being able to grow up playing with some of the boys and then switching over to the girls' game is really exciting too. So just the friendships that form from the game is unreal. And
the traits of high performance, competitiveness is right up there. Are you uber competitive?
Oh yeah, I am. I think it's a bit annoying when it comes around to Christmas and the cricket game's on, because my brother can't stand it.
It's like, I love the trait competitiveness, but there's also a point where people go a little bit too far, maybe.
Yeah.
In competitive. Are you one of those people?
Oh, I try not to be. I try to do everything with a smile, so it doesn't come across too much.
The smiling assassin. Is that you on the,
sure. We'll
when
say
it comes
that.
to a game, are you like, let's keep playing until I win?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I hate losing card games. That's a different side.
Yeah, right. And do you play a few card games every now and then at cricket when there's a bit of rain on and stuff?
Oh, I love card games, but my pop taught me how to play euchre, so always play euchre with the family. Absolute favourite, and I've taught some of my friends to play it now. So yeah, when we get some downtime, we're playing euchre and with some of the girls. Yeah.
What goes on when there's the openers are settling in and they're getting some runs, and maybe you're batting a little bit down the order? What do girls chat about?
Oh, it depends on who I'm with. So with the Westies girls, there's so many young girls. They're just talking about the high school drama, things like that. So can't really contribute to those conversations too much. But yeah, honestly, just talk about as much rod as we can, and sometimes the coach has to pull us back in line to watch the game. So,
Did you see that shot? Oh yeah, that's right. Clap, clap, clap.
Yeah, they're hitting bombs, and we're over here talking about high school drama. But it's we kind of just talk about anything, talk about life. Like T20 Max, we had some of the interstate girls. Love hearing about their life interstate. But we're just talking about the most random things, really.
Yeah, and then when it comes to your own performance, and you might go out there, and I've chatted to a few bowlers before, you might go out there and bowl some rubbish and get 3 or 4 wickets. You might bowl the best of your life and get 20 player misses and none for, etc.
Yeah.
And giving yourself the best shot. How do you go with that in your head?
Yeah, sometimes I get frustrated because if you're not rewarded with those wickets, you get really angry at yourself. But working with the bowling coaches and that, we've learnt to think more back on the game as like, are you executing the ball that you plan to execute? And when I'm reviewing my games and reviewing how I've been bowling, I look at, did I execute that ball that I wanted to execute? Even if I got hit, was that where I wanted to be hit? And things like that. So I'm taking the positives where I can, and then going into the next game with, as long as you've got a clear plan at the top of your run, everything will be sweet.
And the flip side to that as well is you bowl really, really well and you get 4 or 5 wickets, but the team gets smashed. How do you feel at the end?
Oh yeah, gutted. That actually just threw me back to memory with the West girls when we lost a grand final, and I think I got 60 odd with the bat and got a few wickets, and we still lost. So I was sobbing walking off that field. It's just, even if my individual performance was what I would say was okay, I'm still absolutely gutted. Like, I play the game for the girls. So it's
an interesting point you bring up in terms of, like, I was just chatting to someone on the weekend who was a previous AFL player, and he was just saying the passion people feel means that they care for the game.
Yeah.
And so, like, losing a grand final, if people sort of brush it off and go, well, and that's one thing, and there's no right or wrong, obviously, about like, but then there's the people that actually tear up and are very emotional about losing.
Yeah.
It's because they care. It's because they care greatly about their team and their teammates and their teammates' performance. And obviously it's part of sport, the winning and losing. Where do you reckon you are in terms of your wins and losses in your career as a percentage?
Yeah. I'm way more losses, I'm going to be honest.
And you keep coming back.
Yeah, and I keep coming back. I just love it so much. So, I've so many losses, so many grand final losses, which is really tough. And, I cry a lot. I cry a lot when I lose games. It just means so much to me. When I was younger, playing with the boys, I wouldn't cry. I'd just being around that different environment. I was like, brush it off and do what the boys do. They, when we were younger, didn't show much emotion, but we're
stubborn,
girls,
right? We're stubborn and sort of,
we're
not going
to, literally.
Which is good. The world is changing a little bit now with that front, which is great because we can actually speak and talk and show our emotions and things and be open about it. But you're right. It would have been an era where you're like, better bottle that up, which is probably not healthy at all.
Yeah, literally. And now coming into the female space, and it's a lot more encouraged to feel your emotions. So, cried a lot. And even through the underage Queensland stuff, we lost a grand final. My last year of, second last year of 19s, I think it was. Lost a grand final and just lost it. And sometimes you just can't hold it back, and it's good because you're able to show how much you care.
Yeah, exactly right. And some of the lessons that you're learning from sport so far, and then taking into your sort of day-to-day practice of life, and potentially into your nursing career later on.
Yeah.
Can you describe some of the really key insights that you've learned through the junior grades and also now training with the team?
Yeah, just teamwork is a massive thing. Being able to work alongside different people. I take that into my nursing and vice versa. So when I was on placement, I was thinking about, I was really nervous to do something, and I was like, just imagine you're walking out the bat for Queensland. And then, just approaching different people and how to have those conversations and things like that. And communication is a massive thing as well, being able to communicate with your coaches and then the nursing staff and things like that. So, it's pretty cool. There's so many different things that I'm able to take across both careers.
The interest in nursing, where did that come from?
Yeah, I absolutely loved healthcare. Always hitting high school, I had my eyes set on physio. And then, didn't really have the brains for that one. So I wasn't able to get the ATAR to get into that. And then I realized that I could still do what I loved through different avenues of healthcare and nursing come about. So got into that and, started full-time studying that as soon as I finished high school. Moved straight down here and started that up while playing cricket and working. So had a few things going on and kept ticking away at that and just loved it. Every time I'm on placement, I love it. It's hard work, but absolutely enjoy it. It's really rewarding, and just almost finished there. I've got about 80 hours left of practical placement, and then I was
Right.
signed
And
off.
did the signing of the Queensland contract coincide with potentially some conflict there?
Yeah, it did actually. It put a halt on my final placement, which is totally okay. I'll welcome that anytime. But yeah, it put a little stop on that study. But this has been my all-time goal, so I was more than happy to call ACU up and be like, look, I need to put a hold on these studies for a bit, and they were more than happy to do that.
Yeah, nice. And now that you're a professional athlete, are you doing something different in regards to sleep patterns or eating patterns or listening to podcasts about high performance or things like that?
Yeah, I listened to a few podcasts, well, for the past couple of years anyway. So not too much different in that way, but just prioritizing my nutrition and my sleep a lot more than I have been able to. Just because I have the time as well now. So especially in the nutrition space and working with the nutritionist, dietitian, and that through the Queensland Fire, it's exciting that we've able to tap into these spaces. And it is a lot different. Like when I was more so focused on the nursing previously, it was more so just get to my shifts and get the study done instead of focusing on the other important factors of the life. So
Yeah.
very different.
And you mentioned just briefly before about the NCC. Do you want to talk about that? Being here in Brisbane, it's pretty special.
Yeah, it's actually crazy that sometimes when we're training in there, like the Aussie girls are walking in and I'm like, oh, far out. We're in the same space as the Aussie girls. So it's pretty cool. And the facilities are unreal.
Yeah, no, excellent. And so the nursing thing is plan B. Plan A at the moment is obviously full throttle, season up ahead, be as fit as you can and give the best performance as you can and hopefully create some consistency to continue on to become as a professional athlete for as long as possible. Is that right?
Yeah, 100%. That's the goal in mind. I had to sit back and think what are my priorities, and when I'm locked in and said priority 1 is my cricket, priority 2 nursing, that'll get done. It's always going to be there. So it's been quite relieving to see that this is what my goal is and this is what I'm going to go for.
Do you ever switch off thinking about cricket?
Switch off thinking about cricket? Oh, probably not. So some of my friends say I'm a bit of a nuffy. I absolutely love it. So even when I'm doing some of my studies, I'm thinking about like, oh, should I go down and have a hit?
Yeah, well, there you go. 100% all in, right?
Yep.
And some of the support network that you've had along the way, some friends and families, they fully into your cricket as well. Sometimes they don't really care whether you get 4 for or whatever, you know?
Yeah, they're so supportive. My family are incredible. They've been so good through this whole journey. My mum, brother, sister, brother's partner, they've been so supportive. A mum's partner coming down and watching me play because they're 5 and a bit hours north of Brisbane, and they drive down and watch me play, which is so cool. Just the club games is what they've been able to get to. So hopefully when I debut for Queensland, that'd be exciting for them to be alongside me. And my grandparents, they are about 4 and a bit hours inland from Brizzy, and they're still making the trek over and watching me. And when they can't, they've figured out how to watch the live stream. So they've been incredible. I honestly wouldn't be able to do a lot of what I do without them.
Yeah, and your first game on the big stage, when it comes, you'll be nervous, I'd imagine. A good, healthy, nervous energy. Do you get nervous now, and what do you do to kind of alleviate those nerves?
Yeah, it's actually crazy. I get a lot less nervous now, I think, because I'm training so much more and I'm able to back what I'm training. I was reflecting on this the other day that last season going out to bat for West, I was nervous going out to open the bowling. I was super nervous, and now that I've got so much more clarity around what I want to be doing, a lot of that stress is off. And when I went in for the T20 Max, I wasn't really that nervous. I was going in and knew what I wanted to do and was able to execute. So it's really exciting, actually, being able to flip that over a lot more.
People say trust the process. It's an interesting one because maybe sometimes the process hasn't guaranteed super results early on because you're battling through the process, right? And your own process of what your process is. So trusting something which may not have an outcome, it's a little bit difficult. How do you go about trusting your process to the point where you're going, okay, well, I've done all the work.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. and you go out and you get a first ball duck.
Yeah, that's rough. It's you do have to trust the process though. So many elite athletes, they go through some things where they're not happy with their performance or don't get the scores they want to get or don't bowl how they want to bowl. And going back, reflecting on it and being able to move on is why they're elite. So yeah, it is a tough one to trust the process because sometimes you kick in yourself and go, oh, far out, I've been putting in these hours and it's not really paying off. But yeah, just being able to go back to your routines, it is massive. It is a big thing, trusting the process.
What about visualization? Are you a visualizer?
Yeah, sometimes it is a negative thing. Sometimes I visualize getting out or the wrong things or bowling wide or things like that. So sometimes I can see my mind drifting in the wrong way with the visualization. So it's a bit hard to drift back to the good stuff. And sometimes I really try not to visualize too much. And yeah.
It's an interesting one because maybe the mind's, I don't know the science behind the mind, but maybe it's hardwired to be a little bit more fearful or negative or protection, etc.
Yeah.
And when you're batting and you're facing, you're like, oh, don't get out sort of thing.
Yeah.
Does that happen sometimes? So what's going
happens,
through your brain when you're about to face a really good bowler? It's sort of maybe getting the better of you. How do you kind of recoup?
Yeah. Well, I've been working a lot on that actually because now that I'm coming up against a lot more elite bowling, you would say, just going back to that, trusting the process and what am I looking for, watching the ball out of their hand, how's my stance, things like that, how's my body, how's my shapes, things like that instead of the negative, don't get out, don't hit it to this player. And what I like to do is when I first get out there is kind of look around at the fielders and that's a little way of like taking a deep breath, like grounding myself. And then, switching on, tapping my bat and being like, okay, the bowler's running in and, full clarity of what I want to do.
Getting into the flow. And when you're bowling as well, you're like, okay, we're ready, we're rocking and rolling. And first one's a wide, next one gets hit for 4.
Yeah.
What do you say to yourself?
Yeah, literally that's what we've been working on is how do we adapt in those situations and going back at the top of your mark, taking that extra second and have a deep breath and going back to that process and steaming back in and doing what you want to do.
Be a goldfish, my son said to me the other day.
That's gold,
taking that. So they're taking that deep breath's the catalyst for you, right? You think, in terms of just like, okay, back up. And in terms of the research on the batters, do you do a fair bit yourself or in the thick of things, you're like, actually, they're flicking it from middle, don't bowl middle. You're constantly thinking.
Yeah, 100%. And sometimes you can get in a trap of the batter and their strengths and things like that. So a key thing that the coaches have been working on in the fire space is what are our strengths and where do we want them to be hitting instead of where are they going to be looking to hit type thing. So, kind of us taking the game to them and executing the way we want to execute. And you just know, like through a lot of reviewing and watching the game is who are the girls who like to go behind square and who are the girls who are really strong straight and, being able to adapt in that last second when they do make those movements. So just entirely backing our own game has been a massive thing. A lot of reviewing on the batters, but more so what are our strengths.
Yeah, and then when it comes to data, it can be data overload these days. You might get a little report and you're like, wow, there's too much. There's a lot of data.
100%.
Yeah? And how do you go with analysing it and going, oh, your heart rate was up to such and such and they hit the 64% of shots were hitting the offside or something. You're like, oh, really? I didn't know. I was just in the flow.
Yeah, well, a lot of the time I forget what's happened out in the middle because you do get in that flow state and you're just kind of doing your thing. So I do like to go back and look at video footage, but not in too much depth. So I do like to see what batters were doing to my bowling, how was I executing, and watching myself bat, going over, like reviewing through the process of what I've been doing through preseason and was I going back to my bad habits or was I executing that well? So, there is so much data out there now. There's videos, there's numbers everywhere, but I'm trying not to delve into that too much because it can get really confusing.
Do you watch your performances in entirety, or do you watch the snippets or the good ones or the bad ones? Or
I go through. I always watch how I get out, and always watch where I've gotten hit when I'm bowling. So even played yesterday for the West girls, and as soon as I got in the car, I watched the replay of how I got out. So I love watching the mistakes and also the good things. Just reflecting on the whole performance and taking away more positives than negatives is the main thing that I've been trying to do.
Sounds like you're a reflection, refining. You're a lifelong learner. Would that describe you?
Yeah. I love learning, and I love finding little ways that I can improve my game, especially coming from Tannum and not having the resources that I do now. Didn't really have a coach to tap into and be like, oh, what do you think about this? Kind of trying to self-coach in a way. And now that I have the resources and being able to sit down with the bowling coaches, the batting coaches, and being like, yeah, what are your thoughts about this? And going back and forth about the little things that we noticed, and trying to put that into play next time. It's really exciting.
Yeah, awesome. Now, on Scoreboard, we have this segment called the Scoreboard moment, which is a moment in your life which is very visual, and it's in your memory, and you can describe it, and from that moment, things change. Ruby, I'm keen to understand what your Scoreboard moment is.
Yes, well, last season, I wasn't in the Queensland Fire team, and there was kind of conversations about it because I've been having those consistent performances through club, and when I saw the team released on social media and I wasn't in it, I was absolutely gutted. And I remember just looking down at my phone and seeing the team list, and I was devastated. I really wanted to be in that side, and it being a lifelong goal, really, that would have been my moment that kind of flipped that switch, and I went, right, this is what I want to do, and how I'm feeling right now is because I've missed out, and what can I do to get in that side? So trained really hard, worked as closely as I could with the coaches, being in the Queensland Academy, training with them, and tapping into all the resources I could, and now I got the rewards. So it's really exciting sitting here now and looking back on that and seeing how devastated I was, and now it's paid off.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I love that little moment of it was a terrible moment, of course, and there has been terrible moments in our guests and tragedy as well in terms of the moment, but then this inner depth, sort of deep sort of like, okay, things have happened for a reason and they've happened, but now let's get back on our feet and move forward and progress forward. So thank you for sharing that moment. Now, a couple of questions I ask my guests. If they had to choose one subscription service only, Netflix or Spotify, which one would it be?
Oh, Spotify. Yep, I love my music. Yeah.
What are you into?
Oh, country music, really.
Oh, right.
That's always my go-to. Yeah, a bit of Morgan Wallen.
yeah, and it's as a pump up, as a relaxant, as everything.
Yeah, literally all time I can listen to it. And our S&C and bowling coach loves country music too. So whenever he gets on the speaker, it's the best day ever.
Interesting. And then the other question I asked is about if you had the option to go for a long run with friends or a long lunch with friends, what would it be?
I can't talk much when I'm running, and you wouldn't believe it. I love to talk, so I think I'd go.
You're doing amazingly well on your first podcast, by the way. I think you're a asking. I think you should actually be over here doing asking the questions.
Oh, my brother tells me I can talk underwater, so that helps.
So the answer is definitely
the lunch. I love food too, so lunch.
Any shout outs to any restaurants that you would have an unlimited budget to go to?
Oh, Greca. Greca is so good. Have you tried that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, love it. Oh, the cheese. So good. I wasn't a cheese fan.
Saganaki, is it?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But unreal. And bring
it
out
Howard
in the
Smith
hot pan.
Wharves. Yeah?
Sorry?
At Howard Smith Wharves. That's where it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Along the
along
river
that
there.
wharf there. Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, love it.
And you can do some people watching as well. It's a good people watch place.
I'm a big people watcher. So, food, people watching, and get to have a yap. So that's ideal.
A nice addition to the Brisbane landscape, the Howard Smith Wharf. So it's a nice, you can take people from interstate there, and there's restaurants. It's a restaurant strip.
Yeah, it's nice, hey?
I love it, yeah. Okay, and now we also have a couple of sponsors here at Scoreboard. One is SwiftX, which is Australia's most trusted cryptocurrency platform with over 1.2 million users in Australia and New Zealand, and we thank SwiftX for their partnering with Scoreboard. And as part of that sponsorship, we also have this segment called the Bucket List segment as part of their new campaign. Where can crypto take you? And the question I ask my guests is their bucket list sporting event that they haven't attended thus far. Ruby, your bucket list sporting event?
Have to be the AFLW. A grand final would be unreal.
Yeah. Yep. Favorite team?
I'm not into the AFL as much.
Yep.
So that's what I'm trying to watch a lot more and more now that it's televised and things like that.
Yep.
I'd have to just say the Lions being in Brizzy
now. Springfield. Yeah. Watch the final there. That'd be awesome.
I've been out to their little setup out there. It's so good.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. And they played yesterday as well out there. I haven't checked the result yet, but anyway.
Either have I.
I've had a couple of guests on Scoreboard from the AFLW Brisbane team, Belle Dawes and Ellie Anderson. Fantastic competition going on right now, right in the heart of it.
That's cool.
And Ruby, we also have a second sponsor on Scoreboard, and that is PocketSmith. PocketSmith is the personal finance app for the household CFO, the one keeping the budget in check, paying the bills, and kicking goals. Over 80,000 Aussies use PocketSmith to track their spending, see their net worth, and plan ahead. Ruby, I am curious, do you budget?
Yes, I'm a big one for budgeting, actually. And I've been reading the Barefoot Investor book. So that's been helpful, a bit of a guide to teach me how to do it properly. I love budgeting.
There you go. You should check out PocketSmith. There's a little app that you have, and you can categorize all your spendings like I do in weird and wacky ways to say that I spend too much on subscriptions or coffee or whatever it might be. But managing and keeping control of your finances is obviously very, very important.
Too much Greca.
Too much Greca. Yeah. There's a little, you can categorize that and go, oh my goodness, spent too much of Greca. But you know what? YOLO. You only live once. The other question I ask is your favourite all-time sporting moment. And I preface this that it's not about you. It's about what you could watch 1,000 times over and over and over again.
Yep. So one of my idols, Jess Jonathan, bowling in the semi-final. They were versing the Hurricanes. And, Nicola Carey was batting. And they needed, I believe it was 5 off the last ball. Jono bowled it and Kerry absolutely smashed it into the leg side, and Hayley Burkett out of nowhere took this absolute screamer.
Oh, I remember
like
that.
It was gone
Wasn't
before.
that? Yeah, and it was like, oh, this is gone. And there's like, there's a fielder there.
Yeah.
And what? She caught it.
Burkett out of nowhere took the catch. Oh, unreal. Yeah, that was a while
That's
ago
a great
now.
highlight. I love that. It's the first
Yep.
all-time favourite sporting moment we've got of that one. You're going to have to YouTube it after this and just watch it over and over again.
So good. I can literally picture it right now.
Yeah.
Love it that much. Yeah.
And I think the commentator's like,
Yeah.
I love moments you can watch 1,000 times over. It's brilliant. That's why I asked the question. It takes a trip down memory lane. Now, we're also introducing a new segment, a bit of trivia, right? How are you at trivia?
Oh, I'm shocking.
Really?
I'm so bad at trivia, but
Really?
see how I go. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna focus on the WBBL today. Some trivia questions, and hopefully make your debut at some point in time in the WBBL. We got 3 questions, and for the guests out there, they can get involved and interact in their head as well. But question number 1 is, how many seasons has the WBBL been going for thus far? Or maybe even you want to add in what season we're going into.
Heading into WBBL 11, just wrapped up. 10.
Season 10. 10 done and 11 coming up, and what a season it's going to be. Correct. 1 from 1. Now, the question number 2 is the most runs in WBBL history.
Scored by one player?
Oh, yeah, well, as in like the most runs ever in the competition in entirety.
Right. Like who's scored the most runs? Okay.
Yeah, maybe I should have rephrased that one. Who has scored the most runs in the WBBL history from inception to now? Runs highest.
I'm tossing up between Elise Perry and Lizelle Lee.
Oh, interesting.
I bet you then.
And your final answer is?
I'm going to go Pez, Elise Perry.
According to Cricinfo, she's got 4,689, but that is second.
Who's
Beth
up top?
Mooney.
Moons.
Beth Mooney, 5,051. The only to have 5,000, including a high score of 102. 300s. Have a guess how many 50s, by the way.
How many 50s?
How many 50s? This could be another trivia question. We're going to do the fourth trivia question. How many 50s has Beth Mooney got in
Beth Mooney?
WBBL? Yeah.
I reckon she's got... Oh, okay. I'm going to go high. She's got that many. Let's go 15.
Higher.
Higher than 15?
Yeah, 50s. Yeah. Yep.
20.
Higher.
25?
Higher.
35?
Higher.
Oh, my God. I thought I was...
44 is the answer. We can go on the
44 50s.
44 50s.
Oh, wow. Okay. I won't get that wrong next time.
Right. And so you're 1 from 2. Right. Now we've got the third one. This is the tiebreaker for you to sort of see if you go pretty well. Now, we're going to go on to the hat tricks here, right?
Yep.
And there's been 6 since inception in 10 years. Pretty good.
Yep.
Once every almost
cool,
2 years, right? Players from which team have had the most hat tricks in WBBL history? And there's one. So I can eliminate a couple, by the way.
Yeah, go on.
The Brisbane Heat have not had one.
Okay. Yep.
There you go. There's a little hint for you. And the answer is 2, by the way.
I reckon the Sydney Sixers.
Nailed it.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unreal.
2 hat tricks.
Never mind. I'm pretty good at trivia.
There you go. The Sydney Sixers. So you've got 2 from 3.
No
Nailed
way.
it. Yeah. And a little bonus one there, 44 50s for Beth Mooney. So interesting. Now, we've got one final question.
Yep.
Taking you back to your under 12 days and maybe even through the youth and the teams that you're getting picked and wanting to become a professional athlete. What's some advice in 2025 to those young girls that are playing cricket now at under 12 going, I want to play professional cricket?
Yep. Honestly, it's going back to that trusting the process and enjoying every single game as it comes. When I was younger, I think I took advantage of being able to play alongside my best friends and being able to travel with my best friends coming from a rural place and being able to do those trips down to Brisbane together and go to these competitions together. So taking full advantage of all those trips and have as much fun as you can, no matter what sport you're playing. If cricket isn't your favourite thing at the end of the day, just enjoy what you're doing.
Ruby Strange, you've nailed your first podcast. Congratulations, and thank you for being on Scoreboard, the podcast. Hope you had a lovely time. I did, and thank you for sharing your journey. I wish you all the best in the up-and-coming season, a big season for you. Looking forward to following your progress and supporting where I can.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me, Chris. And yeah, I was excited to jump on the Scoreboard.